Hi, I'm Frank Falcinelli.
And I'm Frank I usually start. That's why you fucking
Okay.
Let's stick to the way it normally goes. Hi, I'm Frank Castronovo.
And I'm Frank Falcinelli.
Oh,
Beat?
my beat.
Your beat.
The altitude sickness is definitely getting to me here, man. They get some oxygen. Hi, I'm Frank Castronovo.
And I'm Frank Falcinelli, and we're in Machu Picchu.
And this is Being Frank, Peru. This particular trip in Peru is an inspirational trip from the people and the country. We basically had an amazing experience with 4 of the best chefs in Peru.
They have such a deep national culture and pride in what they eat, how they eat it, where it's from. They also have an amazing medicine cabinet or, cupboard to get stuff from.
Ocean, mountains, jungle, we're covering it all.
Great, man. I feel like a Jeep. You have these really innovative, world-class chefs putting the ingredients together in relation to the culture, in relation to the area, in relation to the country, and then in relation to the whole planet, and what's relative and what's going on in food.
They're emerging now. Peru is emerging now as a major food, culinary destination, as a cuisine.
We began our journey in the capital city of Lima and met up with the man who is often credited as bringing the cuisine of Peru to the world, the legendary Gaston Acurio. Gaston.
The maestro. Hi, Gaston. Good to see you, man.
Welcome to Peru.
Thank you, brother. Gaston is going to be looked upon in 20 years as the ambassador of Peruvian cuisine into the world, stage.
He's not only an amazing chef and visionary in Peru, he's also happens to be an amazing businessman and just an all-around great guy.
I remember in 2003, I'm talking about almost 12 years ago, I did this tour around all the country and I discovered all these ingredients and I put it on the first book I did, And I tried to dream that one day all these amazing ingredients will have this opportunity on the table.
More than a chef, he's actually like a gastro-political individual where he's really unifying his country to become the next gastro center of the world.
We're doing different things, but all of them are very important to build this image of Peruvian food in a good way. So the result of this is that we are a biodiversity country and a multicultural society. And that is the perfect example of what Peruvian food is.
Gaston is definitely, at this point, more of a chef restaurateur, and he's managing this whole conglomerate of restaurants, which are 40 worldwide, which is incredible, which is another inspiration for us, because we're trying to open up more Frankie Spuntinos, and we're looking at this guy and how he's manages 40 restaurants globally, 20 in Peru and 20 around the world. That's fucking sick, man. And we're just like, holy shit, this fucking guy is an animal, man. And he has a fucking, a top 50 Pellegrino restaurant. And it's just an inspiration.
The house is Casa Moreira, and inside the house, actually, we have 3 restaurants. One of the restaurants is a gastronomic restaurant, which is Astrid Gastón, 20 years old history.
Diego Muñoz is the chef de cuisine at Astrid Gastón. He's the cooking chef. He's the guy who's actually in charge of the food.
What we're doing now is a dish that Diego designed with his team.
It's basically a mixture of textures and ingredients that go together with the sea scallops.
You see all that quantity of detail?
I was just gonna say, this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This is like 20 ingredients.
Diego has 1,200 dishes of this kind of detail every service.
This is high-end gastronomy, ladies and gentlemen.
Welcome to Peru.
And we're the opposite. We try to get 2 or 3 things in one dish, no more.
So that's the scallop mussels that we use to make it snow. So the dish is like this.
So you put all those beautiful layers like that, and then you cover it with a
So it's
mountain.
like discovering it in the sand on the beach?
Exactly.
Yeah.
We try to do something that you've never seen before. That's the main idea of this.
I never saw that before.
That's the idea. we move in a so fantastic world, which is cooking. Here, our job means how I'm gonna make people happy every day. So we are so lucky, you know?
That is our mission.
Creatively making people happy.
That's our mission.
That's our mission for our company.
Exactly. To the garden.
To the garden. So in different countries in the world, like Mexico, we have tacos, and Japanese, you have sushi. What would you say the food of Peru is?
Ceviche for sure is our flagship. You know? Ceviche is the way we are provoking, conquering, seducing people, opening the door of our Peruvian world. And the other thing for us in Peru, ceviche is not only a recipe, it's something more than that.
It's a way of life.
Exactly.
We took like a 2.5-hour drive from Lima to a place called PARACAS Bay. Oh, that guy's got a real captain's hat, dude.
Ready to come on?
Permission to come aboard, Captain.
Nice ride. You want one of these.
We got on a beautiful Grady white brand new boat. We went into the bay and we dove for beautiful sea scallops with Diego Muñoz.
Being frank, not so bad.
So this is the farm, the scallop farm.
These guys are rocking rowboats, and we got like a $300,000 motorboat.
Right now, it's not so Paracas in the bay. Paracas in Peruvian means strong wind. This is a scallop diving boat. You can see the guy, he's got a compressor. He's gonna jump in and come up with a bag of scallops, man. That's awesome.
That's the take.
That was just like 15 minutes, man. How cold is the water, Diego?
It's pretty cold.
It's pretty cold?
It's okay. It's not.
It's pretty cold, man.
Because it's warm.
Yeah, because he's in a fucking wetsuit, dude. He doesn't feel it, man. I can normally hold my breath longer, but because it's a little cold, I have a little shortness of breath.
Me and Frank is cannonball. Frank dove, I swam. I got a nice swim out of it.
It was beautiful.
It was really sweet. You got one?
You want? Yeah.
All right, we got one. Now we'll get one more. I'll get one more. Hold that.
Hey, Frank, did you want me to roll when you caught that?
You're funny. We took the scallops that we dove for, plus another bag full of the real scallop divers harvested, and we made an incredible ceviche right on the boat. It was like the best ceviche I ever had in my life.
I opened them, you start to clean them?
That's what we live for, man. The chefs, man. We love this shit. That's why I got into business, man. Getting all funky, man. So next time you sit down in the restaurant, you order a dozen scallops.
Think about this.
Think about this, man. Now he's put a little salt on them.
And fresh limes as well.
I mean, see, this is the kind of mise en place you get when you ask a top restaurant in the world to give you brunoise. That's a brunoise. That big.
Is it up to snuff?
Yeah. Diego actually is a chef, you know. He knows what he's doing.
Ready.
Balance.
Looks sick, man.
A bad day of scallop diving is still better than a great day at work.
Thank you. It's fucking good. That's fucking delicious. Life is good. I'm ready to do backflips off the boat, man.
It's just another example of the diversity of Peru. Right now we're on the sea, and we're soon to be in the mountains, and then we're going to be in the Amazon, and then it's just an amazing country.
We have thousands and thousands of ingredients to discover and to put on the table. And what's going to happen? We're going to discover flavors, different ingredients, of course, different recipes. And it's just the beginning.
The one thing about Peruvian cuisine, and the reason why you don't see it in New York and you don't see it in San Francisco and you don't see it in Paris is because the ingredients are so specific to this landscape. It's geographically difficult to reproduce in another place. And there's one place in Lima that is pinnacle of this hyper-local cuisine.
Virgilio?
Central, the newly minted San Pellegrino #1 restaurant in Latin America, owned and operated by our good friend, Virgilio Martinez. One of the best chefs in South America, and quite arguably one of the best in the world. He's also a professional skater. He does his whole menu by altitude.
9 courses, 9 altitudes, 9 different ecosystems.
He's got stuff at 12,000 feet, he's got stuff at 8,000 feet, he's got shit in the basement. The guy's crazy.
So you had a career as a skateboarder.
Until I got my shoulder broken in California. I tried a new trick and it went wrong. And you know what happened? After 2 months, when I recovered, when I was feeling okay, I went to another skate park and I broke the other one.
Oh shit.
And that was the end of the story. But when I stopped skateboarding, I think I needed some connection with something. And I found this in here in the cooking.
If they had Michelin in South America, both Gaston and Virgilio would be 3-star restaurants.
This is a potato that grows in the altitude, It's been dried and frozen dry for 20 days. Smelly, right?
I can tell you right now, nobody is serving this at home.
This is oca. This is a vegetable root. This is macambo. This is a type of clay.
I've never eaten clay at a restaurant.
10 years ago, I thought it was part of the avant-garde cuisine, but here in Peru, people were eating clay for years and years. I didn't know about that.
What's that?
This is a same potato with some water. Soak it for 3 days. Then we cook it and we grind it.
Wow. Does Joe Robichaux know about this?
No butter here.
No butter.
No butter, man. He does a lot of butter. You're really using all these wild foraged ingredients, very similar to Rene in Copenhagen. But the thing is that I think that you have a lot more to choose from. Being in the Amazon and having the Andes Mountains and all these different, the oceans so close to you, I mean, they have amazing amount of stuff, but I think you have like 10,000 times more.
So here, guys, we keep different ingredients and different spices and different dry herbs that we picked in different parts of our regions. This is part of our work on the memory. I mean, we need to keep in our memory this, the taste, the smell. They went to my restaurant last year, and they still remember most of the dishes they had. They remember the Cushuro, even with the words Cushuro, and they were asking me, where can I get this Cushuro?
Oh, those elusive Cushuros.
Some people call it the Andean caviar. I can see where they get that. It looks like caviar, doesn't taste anything like caviar. There's no salt to it at all. It tastes like a mountain water tapioca.
That's his highest altitude dish at 13,000 feet.
Cushuro is like a sphere, like a bubble that grows in the Andes, up to 3,000 meters above sea level. Once this grows, we just go there and pick them one by hand. Here's the Cushuro.
So you just heat them up a little bit?
Yeah.
A little oil?
Oil and a little bit of the broth coming from the skins of the potato.
Oh, shit.
Beautiful colors. "12,000 feet, man. I'm flying high, man. That's awesome. I love this dish.
Where else are you gonna taste that?
No. Nowhere, man.
El Central.
El Central.
Or you can trek your ass all the way up into the Andes Mountains and find them yourself. So we did exactly that. I'm happy that Being Frank is here. This is the Being Frank Festival. So here we go, man. Let's go.
So we're on the road with Virgilio Martinez, just left Cusco, on the way to Laguna Coricocha. That's a new one. I haven't had a chance to rehearse that one. And we're going to look for Cushuro.
At the beginning, I was a little bit scared because we were going far, we were going up, we were going high. We didn't have too much time to feel like we are in Cusco, we are in the altitude. Just one day to acclimate.
So right now we're at 13,500 feet. And we still gotta go up that road. This is no joke. This is foraging at its best.
Oh my God. This is sick, man. Holy cow. Hope we get some prosciutto here. I think we're going, man. There's Virgilio with the green. You can see him all the way down there.
You actually have to go down this hill.
This is it. This is our location. And we're gonna try and find some prosciutto. Let's go, man.
Birthday alert.
Dude. They basically forage the prosciutto on the side of the lake. It grows in moss.
Like a little puddle of moss, and after rainfall, they start forming into globules and separating.
Yeah, they multiply.
And Virgilio only wants small blue or green ones, which are like twice as or 3 times as hard to find.
Here we go. Duck shit? I'm gonna say I found some prosciutto, man. I found some prosciutto, but it's the wrong size, man. So is that how you do it? We get those nice new sneakers and go in the water for prosciutto. Okay. Listen, have Rene Redzepi bring us some rubber boots, man. We're not really dressed properly for prosciutto.
You know what the plop is gonna sound like.
Oh, it's not gonna be good.
It's gonna be ugly.
Oh man, they're all over the place. There's tons of it here. Guys, we found the prosciutto. Look at this guy, man. Virgilio's got it because he's the most agile. He's not Virgilio, he's Agilio.
It is called an algae because it looks like an algae, you know, just, you know.
It looks like an algae, but it's not an algae.
It's not an algae, yeah.
Is it a seaweed?
It actually looks like a seaweed. When it breaks,
Yeah.
the skin has a look of a feel like a seaweed.
And the taste and the texture.
Yeah. I wonder if it's antioxidant.
But it's not algae, it's another thing. It's cyanobacteria.
Interesting.
Really slimy. Probably great for the skin. Or sex love. Sex love.
You know what helps me a lot? To see how Peru is not uniform. Like, probably, yeah, you can see in Europe, like, there's mountains. But here, Peru is like, you know, it's like...
Peru is more like Italy in that there's so many different regions and they do their cuisines differently in the different regions. You know, Italy wasn't unified until the 1800s, you know? Yeah. Really. And I think because of the geography of it, it separates you. You know, like a mountain people, they survive, they know how to live in the mountains. And ocean people, they know how to live in the oceans.
But you see, like, different vegetables, different herbs growing, and why not, man? We have to use them.
That's one of the important things of our profession that we do, is bringing that to the table and literally serving it to people and making people aware how important it is to maintain those ecosystems and those heirloom varietals of plants and vegetables.
Yeah, and you know, can you imagine I live just in front of the sea, but then you cross the Andes and you get to see the Amazon. That's another story, man. Yeah.
What is that?
What the fuck is that? I don't know.
The Amazon is a different culture. People think different, live different, new ingredients, new flavors, new territory.
Maté miles de paiches.